One of our class of 2010 graduates from the University of the Virgin Islands, who is a powerful spoken word / poet / voice master / vision lyricist / person, who has been kind enough to embrace not only parent aunt, but the parent aunt family and everyone that he gets an opportunity to share with. I'd like to first to welcome in the proper style. I think I'm going to spoken word, so we got to go. Wendell, grouby.
And of course I have to give honor to Dr. Chenzi Ra, who's been like a mother / auntie / sister / dad / everything you could have in a powerful woman, truly. And her husband as well. And I chuckle to myself sometimes when people look at me and say, "Why are you always so calm? You always seem so collective." But then when you see the people that I'm blessed with, it's not very hard to imagine. Even though a lot of people, parts of it, sometimes it's I guess you can say a natural thing. It's also knowing that these people are here to foundate you, and you always have someone there to have your back. And it's a blessing indeed. It's your way of finding heaven. It's an eternal peace, if you will. And you have your village to raise you. It's like, I'm not as good as you, or my poetry's okay, or it's not as powerful as yours. And then I read the poem and I said, it's okay, just go ahead and present it. And they blow the audience away. And why is it so consistent that every time after time after time they never see their true potential. They always doubt themselves, thinking that they're not as good as what they really are until they give themselves a chance. And then I later realized that it's not just with poetry, it's with everything in life. My name is Wendell. My first name is Wendell. And I looked it up, and one of the definitions I found was he who lives in the pleasant valley, or the wanderer for short. They said the story of a Wendell is somebody who travels a path. He wanders on this path, not realizing really where this path is taking him, but it's okay, because he knows that God is leading the path. So as long as that's the truth, then he's always willing to follow. Again, he's always bringing people to follow with him. And I found that kind of odd a little bit, because I can always relate to myself. People always look at me like, where are you? Older and I got more mature, I realized I should stop wondering about so many things and more have traveled to. I should decide to know where I'm going, even though still I know that God is leading me there. And then after that I realized that Wendell Grouby Jr. is quite an interesting name for someone of African descent. And then I researched and heard people like Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. realized that Wendell Grouby Jr. was never the name. In fact, it would be kind of odd if, like Malcolm X said, if you saw someone of Asian descent and you call him something like Sam or Shaquita or something like that. And with a thought, there was existence. And with the open of palm, the smallest little seed was planted in that palm, and there grew the tree. This beautiful tree always continued to grow, and like poetry in motion, the sudden devotion of height reached the skies and surpassed such limits, and even though such limits was never imagined, it was still there, and I have to take the imagery out of my imagination and focus on that thought that closing my eyes only opens them even more, because I can see a beautiful reality that no one has ever seen until they finally realize to see, not just with their eyes, but with their hearts. This tree, this strong, big, powerful tree with these thick, black roots. I put my ear to these roots and I hear it sing so many beautiful things. I put my ear to these roots and I hear it sing so many ugly, horrible, scary things. I wonder what they're saying. I close my eyes and I firmly press my ear even closer. These black roots speak to me. These black roots, I hear them. I hear my past, and I go back and I try to grasp the basic things. I hear cheering, we're free, free at last. I go back and I hear them screaming, oh God, why? As people are being ripped to pieces, blood spilled onto the floor, and forevermore I continue to firmly press my head against his roots, scared and terrified, yet so brave I continue to listen to my history, no longer a mystery, because I open up my heart and I hear them dancing, beautiful music, the songs that they sing. I hear kings and queens proclaiming great prophets, and I hear them, these thick, black, powerful roots. Sometimes I feel these roots growing out of me, these thick, powerful roots. So anytime I see these powerful roots in my ancestry, I can't help but to wave to them. Sometimes, every time I think about these roots, they ooze out of my scalp and they try to root the people around me. So anytime someone asks about my good hair, I just tell them that my hair waves to you. Climb this tree, I start to realize that though these roots are strongly, firmly grasping and holding my past, I realize that the branches are spreading to the future and wings are going out of these branches, and I use them as fruits, and as I take hold of them, they come onto my back, and I lack nothing more than to be the best of myself. And I look so deep inside of myself that I find myself, even though all this time I got lost inside of myself, I knew that who I was who I meant to be, and who I will be for my generation to come. I continue to fly, I continue to soar, and forevermore I look so deep inside of myself to see these roots.
Give thanks and ask everybody, in addition to supporting the Caribbean writer, because I'm going to keep sounding like the infomercial person, because we need to do that, because by doing that, programs like this and others can continue to flourish and be supported. We also have some vendors outside from the Freudian Slip. We'd like to send a shout out to the Freudian Slip. And we have one of our sisters that's been involved in the beautification that heals the entire community and beyond, Itiba. And I love this part, nature, earth, beauty. That's family outside, so make sure before you leave, before you go, even if it's some small bottle or something, try to give that support to the best of your ability.